welcome to CNBC TV18 and Lufthansa's All for This One Moment. I'm Shireen Bhan. Over the next 30 minutes, you get to meet one of corporate India's top business leaders. You get to understand them. You get to see the man or the woman behind them and possibly see a side of them that you've never seen publicly before. Before I bring out my guest for this evening, here's a quick glimpse into her life. Kiran Mazumdar Shaw started Biocon India in 1978 with just 10,000 rupees from a garage in Bangalore. Hi Kiran.
Hi. Nice
Thank you very much for joining us. Welcome to the show.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well, right here. I know you've probably been asked about your story a million times before, but let me start by asking you, you've been called all sorts of things. The Economist has called you the biotech queen. The New York Times has called you the mother of invention. But what did Kiran Mazumdar Shaw 25 years ago think that you would be labeled as?
I don't even think you think of a label when you're starting a company. I did want to set up a biotech company. I did think of myself as a path breaker, because I was doing something very different, something very new. So, I have done things in a very unconventional way. Commercialize my homegrown technology, which was all about innovation. And it was high-risk innovation at that. And I wasn't getting any backers. And that was the time when when I was turned down by some of the financial institutions that I'd approached. And I told him, I said, I've got this amazing enzyme technology, it's homegrown, we've spent so many years researching it, and now I want to scale it up and no one's willing to back, to be very diffident, very cautious, and I kind of shook them all up. And of course, I think Ramesh Mashelkar is another such person. He also has this great passion and great belief that we can do it.
Was gender a problem while you were starting Biocon, and when did you finally sort of say, okay, now it's not an issue anymore?
Yes, I think gender was a very serious issue when I started Biocon. First and foremost, I had so many things against me. I had these huge credibility hurdles to overcome.
You were young?
I was 25 years old when I started Biocon.
You were 10,000 rupees.
I had very little money in the bank. I was starting this strange business called biotechnology, and I was a woman. So I guess...
How would you rate those as disadvantages or challenges? Would being a woman be the last on that list, or would it be right up there?
It was right up there.
Right up there.
Yeah. I think it was very difficult. In fact, I often joke about the fact that when I used to go looking for funds from financial institutions, I remember in the Karnataka State Financial Institution, they had one category which said, scheduled caste, disabled and women entrepreneurs. So I said, I refuse to take a loan from this category because we are not disabled and we are not scheduled caste. So please, we have to be treated as equal. Well, I think, biotech is always referred to as the technology of hope because it does address unmet medical needs. And biotech today is the most exciting, high risk, it's also the most exciting area to find these novel ideas and new drugs. Well, I think there's a slow realization that, biotech is a different segment as compared to pure play pharmaceuticals. And that for some reason, biotech drugs are very different. I think as far as the layperson is concerned, that's what they understand. Not through my life, but I think up to a point, I didn't think that big. But the moment, I think it was when we made that transition from enzymes to biopharmaceuticals, that was the inflection point. The reason I got into biopharmaceuticals was because I felt that I couldn't think big with enzymes. Yes, I think, it's the going public is a very different phase of my whole business history. When you're trying to kind of convince people that there is a huge upside, but there's a gestation period to that upside. And when you're operating in a market where everybody has very short gestation timelines, very difficult to convince the market that you're on the right track. So I have never been affected by what the market perceives my business to be.
Our viewers' contest question of the week is, in which country did Kiran Mazumdar Shaw pursue her Master Brewer program? Ireland, Germany or Australia? as LH moment space followed by option A, B or C to 52622 and win fabulous gift hampers from Lufthansa. Mr. Malia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
It's time for us now to meet with our young achiever for this evening. And she's again somebody who's like Kiran, broken stereotypes. Here's a quick glimpse into her story. Anuradha Acharya, the founder CEO of Osmum Biosolutions, an innovative life sciences R&D company, started in 2000 with personal savings. Osmum today has over 2,000 customers worldwide and operates under three main business units of Bio-IT, Biomolecules and Bio-Research.
Given the current global scenario, how do you think we can create a perfect ecosystem for our own pharma biotech innovation, and also how do we project ourselves to be the preferred partners or the preferred companies to be able to work with the other bigger pharmas?
I think we have a very, very strong value proposition for big pharma globally. We have a talent pool that's rich. We have a cost base that's very attractive, and we can deliver high value using the combination of the two. Globally, companies are being forced to reinvent themselves. I think there is still going to be a huge demand on them to invest in R&D. And I think although we as a country cannot claim to be great innovators, I think we can help them innovate. And I think companies like yours, I think the service sector, markets understand a real business, okay? So if you're trying to IPO with a business that is about just valuation, they still don't understand or they don't want to invest in that kind of space. So I think when we IPO'd, we realized that you had to have a business with profits and a good top line, a good bottom line. And today, even today, our research and our IP is not valued at all, okay? So I think that sort of realization is only going to come when our products start becoming successfully commercialized. So they still don't understand this whole concept of IP, innovation and intellectual asset creation, which is what we're all trying to do. So I would say that if you're trying to IPO a business that does not have revenues and profits, then it's going to be very difficult to get the real valuation for your company. I think I was fortunate because I was the first biotech listing. People didn't quite understand what biotechnology was about. They were very enthused by what information technology had delivered. And I guess I got the advantage of that unknown, uncharted territory that I treaded upon. But today I think things are very different.
May I call upon Lawrence Rhines from Lufthansa to give you both a very special memento.
Kiran Mazumdar Shaw, on behalf of Lufthansa, we'd like to say it's been an honor having you participate in the show today. We hope that you've enjoyed this one moment. As a small token of our appreciation, we're happy to present you with a model of the Airbus A380, which has been christened in your name.
Oh, wow.
And again, thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you very much, and I hope to fly it one day.
Yes, we're happy to welcome you on board.
Thank you.
Likewise, Mr. Chaya, we wish you much success, we at Lufthansa, in your future endeavors. And in commemoration, we'd also like to present you with 2 round-trip business class tickets from any of our 7 gateways in India to any of over 100 destinations in Europe. Yeah, we hope you enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
All right, on that note, it's time for us to wrap up this edition of All for This One Moment. My many thanks to all of our guests for joining us here this evening. We'll see you again next week.